Happy morning, everyone. Happy morning, everyone. Let me get you set up on my Facebook page and make sure you are all ready. I don't want to miss any of you. Happy after after uh St. Patty's Day going on. Let me get us going on. Let's get it. 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 Here we go. I always got to make sure my privacy is set appropriately, or I will be looking at it for myself, and we don't want that right there. Okay. Yes, change it. Let's change it. Let's change it. Let's change it. Happy Monday, everyone. I think some people are coming off spring break, or you're going on spring break, but nevertheless, happy Monday. I'm Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. It's a beautiful day. I have a great topic today. But as we always do, we start off with appreciation, gratitude, and thankfulness. What are you appreciating? What are you grateful for? What are you thankful for this morning? Just setting the tone for your day, setting your intentions for your day. I encourage that to get in a practice of doing that, so that you are the influence and not the world, or not the people, because you've already set the tone of how you're going to do that. Subconsciously, when you do that, it tends to attract exactly what you want. Like today, I love and appreciate being energetic, enthusiastic, and just in the flow, and excited about this day, that something great is going to happen for me. And I know that for you too. So today is a good a topic that's close to my heart, because I consider myself a spiritual person. We all are spiritual beings, but I tend to, and most of the people I'm talking to here, are people that meditate, journal, do all the things that out in do nature, possibly work out, very big in the spirituality and the essence of God, higher power, universe, source. And also other people. It's just, this is a person we're going to talk about using our spirituality, or we can even say our religion, to as an isolation. Most spiritual people have a tendency to isolate. And so I want to talk to you about that, because the spirituality, meditation, journaling, all those things, going within ourselves, trying to understand ourselves, to become better people, to become beneficial presence on this planet, is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful process of awakening and enlightening in this. But what happens sometimes is that isolation becomes a permanent thing. We withdraw ourselves from reality, from the world, way too much. I think the time of time of meditation, at time during the day, is a great thing. I think time where you have something has happened, and spiritually you have been removed from in the world but not of the world, and you're kind of spending more time to yourself, to heal, to reconnect, to up level yourself. I think that's a beautiful thing, but sometimes it gets to a point we stay there too long, and maybe I'm just talking to me. And so one of the things I understand, and so I'm just going to give you 5 ways we use our spirituality to escape. There's a difference between growing in spirituality and now becoming a beneficial presence on the planet, and stepping back out into the world on a daily basis, and using that as a influence, as a model of how to treat people, how to be, how to grow, how to be peaceful and harmonious, and lead from that place. And then there's another way to use it to keep ourselves hidden, where we can't use our gifts and talents into the world. Anybody get me on that? Anybody understand? Anybody get it? Okay, so number 1 is meditation and journaling and working out and being in nature. All those things are great because you need to do that, and sometimes you need to do that before you have a discussion or you have this. But if you're using that as a way to deal with the world, we're escaping, as opposed to using it. Our spirituality was never meant for us to be isolated. And I'll talk about that later. It was never meant for us to not have fellowship. Maybe have 1 or 2 people that we deal with. that is an indication of still this hurts and wounds that are still there. This is just, listen, this is my opinion. That is an indication that hurts and wounds, because we still don't trust people. Now, when you get to a certain level spiritually, you don't worry necessarily about trusting people, because your purpose becomes bigger than that. You understand that you attract what you think about. You understand that you are protected, divinely protected in so many ways, that but you have to do your purpose. So if you're doing it because you are afraid of people and you think that people are bad, then that is an escape. It's not using spirituality as we should. Anybody get that? If you're out there, let me know. Let me know if I'm moving with this. This is the way we use our spirituality or religion or whatever. We isolate ourselves from the world. We say the world is bad and all these things. Hey, gorgeous, what's up? That's good. So you can't. That's when you are escaping. You're not using your spirituality for the goodness of God. Initially, you probably did, but now it's become a comfort zone. And we don't go out there. Okay, so that's number one. We're using it to stay within and not deal with things. And my question would be, why did I react like that when someone hurt my feelings and I just kind of go in? And most of the time we go into these situations and these different levels of enlightenment, these different levels of depth with God, because we were hurt. That what started it. Unfortunately, we go there because of it. Most times we'll just keep going in the world until something major happens in our lives, and it causes us to come back to God just like that, because we know that's where our power point is, and we try to discover how to heal. We start moving in that place, but that was never a place meant for us to stay there. Understand? You just were there like a hospital, and you go out. You're not supposed to stay there the whole time. So that's number two. It becomes a comfort zone instead of a training facility or a practice facility or a hospital. We're not meant to stay there. If you notice you're staying within that and you've gotten comfortable, it's been some years, and you just, with everybody's hurt me type of situation, and there's no good people, then you are now using it as an escape. If we're in our comfort zones, when you're spiritual or you're a person that's after God's heart, I like to think that I'm a person after God's heart, then you're always elevating. You can't elevate and grow in your comfort zone. Your comfort zone, if you're real comfortable and everything's always peaceful, that means you kind of gotten in your comfort zone, and now it's an escape. And I know that the world is a place that we want to escape, but it's not supposed to be a continuous process, years after years, and nobody gets the taste, nobody gets the product of your fruits, of all your labor, of your meditation, your journal. You get some enlightening ideas and some revelations and some insights when you do that, and that's meant to be shared. You also become kinder, stronger. You won't ever know if you're strong enough because you don't go out into the world to see. You think that they're going to affect you, but the spirituality and your spiritual practices are meant for you to affect them, not them affect you. All right. So here we go. Number three, we become arrogant. This is when our spirituality, we get to a place that we think that no one is on our level, that people are saying things, and we pick different things because we are extra sensitive. Now you've been spending a lot of time, you've been doing your spiritual practices, meditation, journaling, taking care of your body. You've been reading different things, you've been listening to different things, you've been in nature and all the different things that spiritual people do. But you have an arrogance about you that we look at other people and say, well, they're not healed yet, or they're not there. Anytime we do that, if it's a conversation where you're trying to uplift, is one thing, but if there's no grace involved with that, there's no kindness involved with that, that's them and that's me, then we're out of alignment, and we hold back the fruits of spiritual gifts. Others are not. Absolutely. And so we absolutely, Latrice, that is that. Thank you, Pastor. That's it. We experience hurts, and we also learn from those hurts. Exactly. We're not meant to stay in a place where you're still hurt. We're not meant to stay there. And a lot of times the peacefulness and the love and the cocoon is beautiful, where God is loving on us, healing us from the inside out. I'm talking about me telling you, healing us from the inside out is a beautiful place. And most of us have never experienced that type of love in the physical. So we want to stay there, but I'm gonna tell you, what God's telling me, oh no, I'm just building you back up because I need your power, I need your positivity, I need your love, I need your presence in the world. So I need you to go back out, sunshine. We're not staying here. You've learned enough. You can handle whatever comes to you. You got to know that your spirituality is to tell you you can handle whatever comes in the most positive, loving manner possible. Sometimes it's telling people no. Sometimes it's telling people you're putting up firm boundaries. But if you never go back out, you don't even know how to put up firm boundaries. You're still, because you're just doing it by yourself. You're bouncing things off yourself. Number 4 is too much isolation without fellowship becomes, makes us rigid, makes us, God wants, word says, we walk through the valley. Absolutely. We don't make a beach and stay there. Absolutely. We walk through the valley of the shadow of death. We don't stay there. We don't park there. A lot of people park in negativity. Spiritual people park in positivity, but never take it back out to illuminate the world with what they know. And it just takes courage now, because I know we've been disappointed by people, but if you always expect to be disappointed, you will be disappointed. Understand what I'm saying? When you're looking for to be disappointed, you will be disappointed. We're all imperfect people. We're all imperfect people. Your spirituality gives you a grace and a love for people because you know what you've been through. If you're looking at people as if, well, they're not healed, or I need this, then you're looking with different eyes. You're looking with hurt eyes, I say. I don't want to say mean eyes. I don't think you're thinking that way, but you're looking at it from hurt eyes still, that, not redemptive eyes. Redemptive eyes looked at that if I can do this and I can be a model. Now, we don't have to go out and tell people. We just got to just walk in front of them like, hey, and they will ask you. I get it all the time. They will ask you. Yeah. So that's number 4. That too much isolation. You lack fellowship. And even though you love the isolation, you crave fellowship. You crave connection. Understand, I'm talking what I know. You'll crave connection and you'll be depressed a lot of times because you want to be out there, but you're afraid to be out there because you've done so much work on yourself. You don't want to be tainted by what other people are doing. You don't want to be touched by the hurts and wounds and the unhealed wounds of other people, which means they could be mean, they could be gossipy, they could be all kind of things. But that is the world. You don't understand how powerful you are when you walk in amongst those people, when you've been doing your spiritual practices. It's not meant for us to stay in isolation. Listen, I talk about it's not meant to. When you look upon people with different eyes, you understand that anyone, especially when I look at myself, can grow to that level when they are empowered with spiritual practices such as meditation, such as study, such as taking care of your body, such as journaling, such as understanding why. The whys. I always ask God, what are you trying to show me here? If I react a certain way, or if I'm reacting, my mindfulness will always say, why are you reacting like that? Either way, if it's positive or negative, positive, most of the time it's always positive because I'm like, God, what you trying to show me with this? Ooh, I need to give myself forgiveness on that one. Woo. I wouldn't forgive them. Okay, so number five, it also is an indication of where you are in your healing process. Many spiritual people, we think that we're healed, but you're healed in the hospital, but you haven't tried to stand up yet. You're still in isolation, and that's easy to say we're healed. That's easy. We don't have to deal with people because we just bouncing things off of ourselves. But you only know when you're healed when you get in another relationship. You only know when you're healed when you get in another group and try to navigate being in a group, because you know that being in isolation, you're not being your best self. Again, I told you, I'm after God's heart, so God's always put me in situations and immersing me in situations where I've never really been there, but I know that I can handle myself now because of who I am from inside. God built me up from the inside out. And I always think that's what spirituality is supposed to do, so that we can use our gifts for the betterment, as be a beneficial present for the planet, period. So I can't just say inside and be like, oh, I'm good. I can't say I want this type of person and I don't go outside to get to even be to be even attracted by anybody or be around people. And you can say what you think you will react to, but until your emotions are pricked, you don't know how you're going to react because you haven't practiced it yet. And it doesn't mean that you're not healed. It means that you are human. It means that, okay, I reacted this way. I want to do better. I'm going to practice. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm going to continue to work on that. We don't know. Those are the things of being spiritual. Those are the things, and having joy the majority of the time. Having joy the majority of the time, and I mean with people and without. So there you go. Those are the 5 things that we, some using our isolation. Not be careful of using your isolation as a way of escaping the world. Be careful, because we need your gifts. We need your talents. We need what you know, what's been downloaded to you in your private time. Not all of it. Some is personal to grow you up, but a lot of it is. And most of the people I know want love, want it, but are too afraid that there's not going to be that type of person out there. Or we use our spirituality. I said about arrogance, to believe that you have this exhaustive list of what you want in a person, and no one can live up to those expectations. There's nobody like that. But again, I don't want to say all things are possible, but you may have to work a little bit to kind of dust some of the kind of blow some of the dust off, or you're growing with each other and kind of moving and working together. All right. I hope that helps somebody out there. Let's rock it. Again, this will be up, the recording. Please keep comments. Thank you, Tracy, for this. Yes, it's a thing. We have to use this. Pastor, I appreciate you. This is just, I always like to cast a die. Always for your consideration as we're doing this. If you create a list, then you need to pray you are all those things. Absolutely. And you won't know if you are all those things unless you're just talking about material things, until you get out there. You won't know. Hey, Rhonda Tyler. Hey, I love you too, Pastor. I love you too. Hey, Rhonda Tyler. You won't know until you get out there. That's the whole point. You won't know how you react, who you really going to be, if all your training is like just practicing and never getting in the game. That's what it is. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you already know what your gratitude and appreciation is for today, and you're moving and shaking. Let's go get this week. Let's go get this day. Let's rock it. Bye, guys. Have an amazing day.